Okay, I filmed this video multiple times and it's been super boring. I was literally editing and I was like, oh my gosh, nobody's gonna want to watch this because I don't even want to watch it. So I'm gonna give you a little snippet of what the heck I'm doing with my life, why we live in Panama, a whole different country, what am I doing with school, just all of that, because I've been terrible at posting, but I want to start being more consistent. So that is why I am making this. So basically, back in March, my family and I visited Campuchal, Panama, just for a spring break trip. We didn't really think much of it, just like a fun place to visit. It's super different from our normal spot, which is Puerto Rico. Regarding the seasons, the sand, how clear the water is, this area specifically is super underdeveloped. So there are just a lot of things that were different, which made Puerto Rico seem better in our eyes when we visited the first time. But once I got back to school, my mom called me and she's like, hey, like for your birthday, would you want to go back to Campuchal to visit? And I was like, yeah, like we could, but I would prefer to go to Puerto Rico if we're gonna go somewhere. Then later she's like, well, we're actually thinking of moving there, and my jaw just dropped. I was like, what are you talking about? And she was just saying how God has just been showing her all of these signs, and how there's just so much opportunity here that they could get from this area since it is super underdeveloped. And there's a lot of great surf breaks here, so over time we think it's gonna get more and more popular. So I was definitely surprised, but I wasn't completely shocked because my parents are super spontaneous and they've always talked about like moving somewhere like this, like Puerto Rico, but it just happened to be here because it's a lot cheaper here. We just think there's going to be a lot more opportunity, and yeah. The first time we just visited with our family friends who already live here in Panama, which is how they found this spot. So then a little later on, a couple months later in June, we came back here. I brought my boyfriend and we just visited with a whole new perspective, some fresh eyes, and we started looking at property. And coming here the second time with the idea of us actually living here gave us such a new perspective, such a new look on it. And it just made us so stoked, the idea of like actually being able to live here. And of course it wasn't set, we were just looking at potential property and we found our potential property, which is really, really crazy. So fast forward to September, we live here now, which is so crazy. We don't live in a forever home, just a rental property. In the meantime, while we still have to buy and build the property, but yeah, we are so excited. It has definitely been such a different journey. We lose power almost every day. The other day we lost power for almost 12 hours. Our generator only powers electricity, not internet or water. The sand here is black. And yeah, there's just like not a lot here, just a few restaurants and a couple shops, but that's really it. So we're excited to see what this area turns into. And regarding school, I was never going to stay at my college to begin with, just because I wasn't happy enough for how much I'm having to pay for it. So I did transfer online and I'm continuing my ministry degree, but now I'm only getting my AA in ministerial leadership, which has been going super well so far. I feel like even though I'm online, I'm just learning so much still, which has been really, really great. And not only that, but I get this view. This is my view every day while I'm reading my Bible and doing all of my schoolwork. And I'm also doing an internship right now, so I have been doing a lot of work for that. So that's been really, really good. And yeah, there was a lot we had to leave behind. Family, friends. I left behind my boyfriend, Kale. And of course, like, we miss them all so much, but we couldn't just not take this opportunity while we had it and while we were so on board with it. And God has just been so faithful throughout this entire journey that like we are accepted this entire thing with open arms and an open heart, and he has been blessing that completely. And yeah, I'm just so excited to see how he's gonna work. And I think moving here has allowed me to have this whole new spiritual journey, and I'm so excited to start posting about my faith because that's not really something that I've ever done before. So yeah, I'm just really excited to see how this journey continues and what we are able to get out of it and how God is able to work through and through. And yeah, stay tuned for some future Panama content.